Hello, good morning and welcome back to my vlog and my channel. My name is Linda. I am Norwegian but I live in Spain. I'm a teacher and I love to crochet. In this video I am going to do a tutorial. Well, a tutorial. It's not going to be a from A to Z tutorial, but I will show what I do when I'm making my dolls. And you can follow this if you want to, and if you think it's you can follow a little bit and you go on your own. That's what I normally do when I watch other tutorials, that I see a little bit how they're doing it and then I kind of invent my own way or think that I know and just try out some things. So I hope this will be helpful. Some of my viewers asked me if I could do a tutorial for these dolls, and I was going to do it once when I started a big one, but then I thought that no, I would rather make a small one. She actually asked if I could show how I made one of these small ones, and I'm interpreting that as she wants to know how I make the little ones, even though it's the same with a bigger one, just the size. I mean, the amount of stitches and stuff and rounds. Well, you're gonna need yarn, really, yarn and a hook. And depending on how you want the doll to become and what your fingers allow you or your hands allow you to do, I am sometimes using Melissa yarn, which is a little thick. It's easier to work with, but it doesn't seem so fine and nice in the end. It's a bit more harsh or whatever. The stitches are bigger, so it's not so smooth, you can say. While I have been using Mandarin Petite. This is the only thing I've got left of that yarn now in this kind of skin tone. It's not a skin tone really, but I'm using this as a skin tone. This is a very thin yarn. It makes it much smoother in the end, but it's harder to work with while you're going. But I'm going to use this because I like the ending of this. It's really thin yarn. I could also use saffron yarn, which is also a same. It's as thin as this, but I think this is splitting more than this, so I guess this would be better. But since I have this yarn, I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna use it up, even though it's splitting. You can kind of see it here. Let me see. Let me try to find you the ends. Look at this end here. It is really splitting, and if you look at this thing, is also not very nice. It's splitting here. You can see. So it's not that good, but I'm gonna use it anyway. You also, of course, gonna need a hook. I'm using a number 3. I could have used a 2.5, but I still haven't done that yet, I think. So I'm normally using a 3 for these. If I was going to make a bigger one, I could have used the hook system before, but no, a 3 is better. And of course you're gonna need some scissors or cutters to cut off your yarn, and you're gonna need a needle to weave in your ends. I have to show you the needle, right? A needle. As I told you, this is not like these professional tutorials when they lay everything out and go through it. I'm gonna mix between kind of showing you like this. Well, mostly I'll be showing you down here. I'm gonna use this around my neck to show you. I used to have something like this, like I could have it on, but it's not so good anymore. So enjoy. I start by making a magic ring. And I'm going to I'm going to make 6 single crochets into this magic ring 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Tightening it a little. Then I am going to, sometimes I need a needle to be able to open the first stitch here, to getting through it all. There we go. And doing a single crochet. I'm gonna do twice, 2 single crochet in every stitch. So that was 1, 2, and I'm gonna do 12 in all, of course, since there are 6 stitches. 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 12. No, 9 and 10, 11 and 12. So there we go. That is it. And now I will be connecting. Sometimes I'm not sure if this is another stitch or if it's here. I think this is where I started, so I'll go here and I will take another single crochet and I will put on the stitch marker on this one. It's not very important with a stitch marker on these legs, I think. It depends on what you're used to and how you like it, but for me it's not very important. It's just that now that I'm going for my second or the third round, I'm gonna increase a little bit. Since this is the leg, I'm gonna increase every other stitch because I want it a little thick. If I didn't want it that thick, I could increase just twice during the next round, or 3 times, but I think twice will be a good option. And then for the arms I will just do 6, and I will just make an increase in every 6 stitch from the first round. So I will end up with 12 for the arms. But for the legs I will end up with 12. So that this is the first here. I could increase here, but I like to increase in the next one. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What? 11, 12, oh, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'll end up with 16, I think. Or I said it wrong. I said 12, but it's of course going to be 16 or something like that. It's not a big deal. Now I increased quite a lot so that this will be an okay or good size for a leg. And now it's just for me to single crochet around for many rounds, and when I'm happy with the length, then I'll stop. Well, you will see in like 3 rounds maybe that it starts bending, or maybe even on the first one it's a little bit, but when you've done 3 more rounds, then it has bended so much that you can just work up on the leg. Now I have finished the second one. I've lined them up to see that they are the same length, and I can also see that they're the same width. if there's a little difference, it doesn't really matter for me. Sometimes you would want to have a little bit thicker thighs, maybe on the inside here. Then you can just increase once or twice on each of them, and then that'll do. Now I'm going to connect these two. So I will take this. It doesn't matter where I start. I normally start like here, but I think maybe I'll do that. I pull through here and I'm making a single crochet just to connect them. There we go. And then I go around. I go to the end of the hip, on the outside of the hip, and as I turn, I go back to the back side where the bottoms are, the butt. Then I will do some increases before I attach the other side. So now I am approaching. If you can see here now, I am on the side. So I'm gonna do 2 or 3 more stitches, single crochets, before I increase. I'm not doing this by a pattern, I'm just feeling it. I think 3 like that, and I'm going to increase a little so that it has a little butt. So now I'm gonna do 2 single crochets in all of these stitches. 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, and well, yeah, I should do that. 2 here. Now I have an option if I just want to attach here at once, or if I will chain something. I like to chain 2 here before I continue on the other side doing the same thing. 4 times I will increase. So 2 there, because I did 4 on the other side. 2 here. Oh, I have to untie this yarn. And 2 there and 2 there, and then I'll just go around and I'll show you. Okay, I'm back again after untying that big knot. So 2 single, 2 single, 2 single here, and 2 single here, and then I just work my way around with single crochets. And I'm going to show you when I take 1 round now. Well, maybe I should just lead you towards the crotch area in the front, just so you can see that it's no big deal. It's just ordinary what you do. When you come here in the front, you just take this one that is a single crochet, and you take the next one there, single crochet, and the next one, and so on. And when we come to the back, I'll show you again. Okay, we're on the back again, and now of course I'm just gonna do 1 single crochet in all of the stitches again. I'm not going to increase any more now, just 1 in each stitch. And when I come to the middle part here, let's see, in just a minute, we have that chain that we chained, 2 chains. What I do there is that I just make 2 single crochets around it. 1, 2, and then I continue on the other side. And then I will be going around and around for, like, I'm not sure, 4 or 5 rounds maybe, before I'm going to decrease a little. I may be decreasing a little on the sides here, actually, maybe in a couple of rounds. If I do that, I will show you. Now I have made some rounds, and I think it's about time that I decrease a little. I have two options. The easiest one is that I can get through the stitch, yarn over, pull it through, and the next one do the same. Now I have 3 hooks, go through all 3, or go through 2 and then go through this. That's the better. But as you can see, this is a lot. So we have kind of like a magic stitch that I've learned, that if I take just the front loop twice like this and yarn over and pull through, then that is much nicer. You can't tell that it's been done. So I did one there, and I will have one in between, and I'll do one more. And I'll have one in between. Let me see. I reached the middle now, so it's a good. Take one more there. And one in between. One more. I'm gonna do 5 in total. Maybe that's a little much just for the same round, but I'm gonna try that and see how that will look. I don't remember from time to time, from doll to doll what I've done, so we'll just go with the flow and see how it turns out. So now I'm gonna continue working in the rounds. I did not decrease on the hips, so this is my first decrease that I've done. Let's meet back in a couple of rounds. Now I have made a couple of rounds. Now you can see that the butt is kind of made its own. We can see, well, maybe slightly it's going in, not much though. I think it's time now to stuff this, so I will take my polyfill. I forgot to tell you that you need, of course, some stuffing. Where's the opening? Here it is. So I'll stuff it, and I will stuff it pretty tight. So yeah, and I'll use the back of my hook, since the legs and the arms later are pretty narrow. So now that I've stuffed the legs, I won't stuff this part yet, because I do not want to get the filling into my stitches. That will make it too difficult to frog, as I already told you. Now I'm just gonna go around, I don't know for how long, maybe 7 rounds or something, 6 to 8. And when I think I'm there, I will stop and I will show you how to decrease a little and to decrease a lot for the neckline. So I think this is now a good place to be decreasing. I could now, well, I haven't made the arms yet, but if I had, I could have been crocheting them on, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sew them on. I'm not sure if sewing them on is better looking. I don't think so, but that's what I'm going to do. I've been doing that for the last dolls that I made. But I'm now going to decrease, and I'm going to decrease. This is the middle. This is where I started. And I'm thinking I'm going to decrease a little bit here on these sides, and then the next round I will decrease every stitch. So I will decrease the same way as I showed you just now, that I will do a magic decrease, or an invisible decrease, I think it's called. So I'll take one and one in between. This is just me trying to do something. Don't have to do it the same way. I'm not sure how this will turn out, but we will see. So now I'm doing 3 decreases on this side with 1 stitch in between. And then I will go ahead with single crochets over to the other side. And then I will do 3 more decreases. 1 and 1 single in between. The second one. Uh-oh. One in between. And the third one. And then I'll work my way over to the beginning, which is actually in the front. Well, that was a little bit too much. There, I think. So now I will do a decrease in all of the stitches. I mean, so I don't know how many stitches I have, but I will decrease it into the half. So I'm gonna do that all the way around, and I'll meet you when I've done that. Now I have decreased enough. I will not have this any smaller than this. So now I'm going to make 1 round of single crochet in every stitch, and then I'm going to increase. And then I'm going to increase twice in these stitches on the sides, and I will increase 3 times on the sides. At least a couple of stitches here and a couple of stitches here. So the head will get a round shape instead of a, I don't know, narrower shape. So first, just 1 round of single crochets. I'll meet you back when I'm going to decrease. No, I mean increase. One thing though, when I decreased the last round, I did not decrease in the front here when I came around, because I saw that the hole was so small that I didn't want to decrease anymore. Another thing is that I should have stuffed it maybe a while ago before I decreased, but at least I'm going to stuff this now. Okay, now I've stuffed it. Yeah, I want to push it a bit down so it doesn't get stuck in the stitches. Now for the increase. So I'm going to increase twice here, 2 single crochets, and in the next one as well, and the next one. And now I'm at the side, so I will do 3 single crochets in this, so triple increase. I think that was 3, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, yeah. Or yeah. And 1, 2, 3 in that one. I think only 2 of them, and then double, 2 singles in all of these stitches. I've actually used up my stuffing. So for the head I will have to find a pillow. 2 there, 2 there, and 2 there before I take 3. So I'll be doing 3 in this stitch, and 3 in this stitch. Kind of feeling that I want to do 3 in the next one as well, but I'm not going to do that because then it will be odd. No, I'm good with 2 in this now. 2 there, 2 here. Even though I didn't decrease in front here, I am now going to increase. So this is the last increase for me. There we go. And now I'm gonna go around, and when I've done like 3, 4, 5 rounds, I will see if this was a good size or if I should I increase more on these sides. So I'm just gonna go around with single crochets in all the stitches for 2, 3, 4 rounds to see how it looks. So I'll meet you back when I've done that. I've done a bit more than 3 rounds, but I'm seeing that this is a good size for the head. I'm gonna continue maybe 2 or 3 rows more, and then I'm gonna change onto this brown yarn, because this is gonna be Annika, which is a girl who is Pippi's friend, and she has brown hair. So therefore I want to have the scalp brown, so that when I attach the hair later, it's not as visible. Well, this white isn't visible, it's the brown that's visible. So 2 or 3 more rounds before I change into the green brown, and I'll show you how I change colors. So meet you then. I have now reached to the point where I want to change to the brown. I will start my next stitch, and I'm not changing here in the middle in the front because that will be ugly. So I'm doing it on the side here. So I am halfway making a single crochet, and then I take my brown yarn and I complete the stitch like that. And then I can continue with the next one as a brown stitch, and then I'll go around like this for a couple of rounds, and I will show you how I was going to say paint the face, I mean embroider the face, because I think, well, it is better to embroider the face now than after I've stuffed it, because sometimes I forget and then I do it after, and then the stuffing kind of will get into the eyes. It's kind of getting stuck in the eyes, and I kind of want the eyes to be black, not black with fuzz. Like if you're going blind or something, I don't know. So yeah, since I'm almost around, or at least I'm halfway there, I will show you how it looks when I reach the next round, when I am when I've done 1 round of brown. So you can see that it is, of course, a little bit obvious or noticeable that I've changed the colors there, but that doesn't really matter because it's gonna be covered by real hair. Well, not real hair, but with hanging hair. So now that I'm here, I go in those stitches and I just continue. And there you go. Yeah, you can see that it's there, but it's on the side, so it doesn't you don't see it from the front. And I'm going to embroider the face. I'm just gonna do another round or 2, and then we'll embroider it. I have got my yarn now. I like to have a kind of a long tail, because it's better to have too long than too short. Then I could go in here now, but now since I have this opening here, I will of course use that. And I will find a place where I feel it will be okay, maybe 1 further down, because I want an eyebrow. And I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. Well, that will be quite low. Maybe I should start up here. I think so. I'll start there. I'll leave a tail. And then I'll do 1, 2, 3 and go in there and go up again. And I'll go here like 4, 5, maybe even 6 times. It depends. When I'm satisfied, I'll stop and go to the other side. So 3, 4, do another one on that side, putting it there. 5, and And now on this side, 6, I think. Yeah. And then I'll go to the other side. I should also maybe make the eyebrow at the same time. Normally I do eye, brow, brow. So I will do that also now. Let's see if that will be a good place, or if it should be. Is this feeling like it is? Yeah, it's feeling like it is a good place. Kind of a, what's it called? Symmetrical place. And this one, just to be sure that it is good there. Okay, then 1, 2, 3. And another 6. Since I did 6 on the other, I will do 6 here. Just very few times I do maybe one more on one of them. That is if maybe I've been doing it a little tighter than the other, so it needs to be it needs one more. 5 and 6. And now for the eyebrow, I'm thinking, I'm not sure, maybe I'll just do here. Let's try from here to there, like that. Let's see. Yeah, that's okay. This is gonna be Annika. Maybe this is too boyish looking. Maybe I should make this smaller. Oh, I cut my nails yesterday, so I can hardly catch, or grip the needle. Let's see if I'll stop there. How will that look? Yeah, maybe that's better. It's a bit on the side. Maybe it should be just on the top. Let's try that. Have it just on the top. Going back here and trying to have it here. And 2 stitches. 1, 2. Let's see. I'm not digging the eyebrow this time. Now she looks angry, kind of. I think I prefer the other one. Should I go back up and down like this? Yeah, it's okay. This I would not do with fuzzy yarn, because it would get so stuck. But I think I will do this and to here. This is gonna be my eyebrow. And on the other side, that means in the middle here, like the middle there, I'm gonna go down to there, I think it was. Let's see how looks. Yeah, that seems symmetrical. So that's good. So that was the eyes. Then I have to tie them together. And as you can see, since I started here and ended up here, my 2 ends are pretty close, so I can easily tie them together. This is an end. Easily tie them together without being such a stretch. 1 and 2. And now I can cut it off. And these will be put inside. Now for the mouth, I'm also going to make an accent around the eyes, and then I have to get my white. I only have this kind of white, but I want white. I forgot to bring that out. So the mouth, red mouth. I do not need a long length of the yarn for the mouth, because it's just 2 stitches actually. So I will find kind of the middle here, and I'll make her smile. So when I have the tail here, there I got the tail. Oops, not more. Let me grab it onto it. This is sort of in the middle. I'm not sure if it's actually in the middle or leaning a bit to this eye, but I will take the smile up to there and to there. I think that is going to be good. And there, and we are going to be done, if that's good. Yeah, that's perfect. So then it's just for me to tie this again, as I did with the black. And cut it off. And tuck it in. Now for the accent, I'm gonna get the white. I don't need a long line, thread for the white either, because there are only 2 stitches, but 1 on each side. So I'll start down here on the right eye, or the left eye actually, but on my right. Leave a little tail, putting it around here, going up there, and then going over to the other side and holding here so that the white thread lays around the eye. Then I do the same here and there, and then I go back on the back. So there we go, there we have those eyes. And now, since it's such a long distance between the two, you can't see it much, but it's a distance. Let's see. So since it's such a distance, I want to just attach this to some of the loops on the way over, so that I can tie the thread and cut it off. There we go. That's the face. No nose. She's not nosy, I guess. But one thing, as you see now, it kind of looks now that the body part is very short and the legs are very long. I always feel like that. It doesn't matter if it is like that. And also, when the arms come on, you will get another impression. It will be a better impression. I have done 2 rounds of this brown, and I'm feeling now that I should start decreasing. So I'll go back a little bit here. We'll frog until here, so that I can start on the sides to decrease a little before I do an entire decrease on the next, like I did here. And then I'll do that twice. So yeah, let's see. This doesn't need to be that long. I want to tuck it in there. I want to decrease, so I didn't get all the front loop. There we go. And there, 1 and 1 in between. 1 more and 1 in between. Oops. And 1 more. And then I'll just take single crochets over to the other side. Before I again decrease 3 times. Once and 1 between. Twice and 1 between. And 3 times. And then we'll go back to the middle. And as you can see, the accent around the eye here is kind of getting loose. I'm going to show you a little, I don't know, a little trick or whatever to get them to stay better on. I use my needle and I go in here and I go under the black like that. So it kind of lays better. Oh, it kind of looks like it's I didn't tie the knots too well, that it's kind of loose, but I think it's okay. Yeah, so that you can do several times if you need to. Now I am going to decrease all the time, all the way around. So let's see. Well, you have seen how I decrease, so I will not film this part. You can just go around and decrease one whole round. Now I've gotten around, and now it's really time for me to put some filling in here, some stuffing. I can't have the head like this, so I need to find some more because this bag is empty. I found my pillow. I found my pillow with the stuffing that I do not like. Look at this. This is not good at all. It's kind of difficult both to get in because it won't stay, and they're so small bits. But we'll see if I can do this. Use the end of this to put it in, but it doesn't want to get in, you know? Look at this. It's way worse than the filling that I bought, and also worse than the filling from another pillow that I got from my friend when I was in Norway, but I didn't bring it back here because it would take up too much space in the suitcase. Oh my goodness, this is horrible. I'll just struggle with this alone. Okay, I managed in the end. So now for closing even more. How many stitches have I left now? Well, it doesn't really matter actually, but when this hole gets smaller, then I will just be sewing in them and pulling it together. But for now, I think I will decrease every other. So I will take one, just a normal single crochet. No, oops. Normal single crochet, and then I will be decreasing the next one. Sometimes I find this to be a hard part to do, so I then do the, well, I think I'm going to do that. Take the easier way of decreasing. Yeah, that's how I do it. I just take them all together, kind of like a half double crochet, but it will be kind of like a half single crochet. Well, I'm decreasing. Do not know what I'm talking about. I am not a professional. I can't say that enough. So one single crochet, normal, and one decrease there and there, and one normal, and this last decrease there. Now I have just a little hole left, and I'm gonna cut the yarn. Don't need a long tail. Here we go. This is long enough. I will take my needle and we will pull through all of the front loops. If I can just get this to be inside. Pull through all the front loops. There. 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 Seems like it's a lot of stitches. Maybe it's not too many, but it was more than I thought. This will be the last, I assume. Actually, let me take this one. Let me just take the whole thing here. And I'll pull together. Oh yeah, that's fuzziness. I'll pull together like that. And then I just sew some back and front to here. Oh, well, you know the deal. Know the drill. I guess you know how this is working. I mean, how this is done. So just go back and forth sometimes. and then you can cut off the yarn. Yeah, I guess this is more than enough. There you go. Now for the arms. For now, because now the base of the hair is done. Okay, we're now going to start the arms. I'm going to do exactly the same as I did on the legs, just that I will not be increasing the last time I increased down here. So I'm going to make a magic ring, and I will make 6 single crochets, and then I will increase every stitch until 12, and then I'll meet you. So I have made 6 single crochets. I have made 2 singles in every 6 stitches, and now I have 12. So I'm not going to increase anymore. I'm just going to make single crochets until I reach a length of the arms that I find suitable for the doll. And that's it. So I'll meet you when I've made 2 arms, because, well, maybe I'll meet you when I try to measure it on the body, just to find out if it's long enough. I have reached almost the length that I want. I'm going to attach it up here, but I have to measure from here, because now I have to go back and forth to have a little bit of like a flap. So I just chained one here. I should do that again then. I just stopped at a random place, and then I chain one, and I turn my work, and I'm gonna go halfway back with single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's see, a bit difficult, 6 there. And then I'm gonna chain again and go and turn the work and go back once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'll chain one and pull through. I'm gonna leave a big amount of an end here, because now I'm gonna, well, I have to fill it, stuff it a little, and then I'm going to sew it up here. I have to go down here a little, so I can go through maybe this kind of stitch or whatever, maybe this one here, so I can get to the place, to the point where I want to start sewing it up. So a little bit of stuffing, way too much, but let's see if I can do this. I'm going to do this alone again, because it's going to take me some time. Okay, now I stuffed this bottom part quite okay, not like really hard, but I stuffed it, and here I've left it unstuffed because I don't want it to stand out like that. I want it to be able to lay down like that. Oh, sorry, I don't want it to stand out like this. I want it to be able to lay down like this. So now I will sew this up, close it by attaching one stitch here with a stitch here. I'm thinking 4 stitches is enough, even though there are 6 stitches. It's not a big deal, actually. Let's see if I can get to something here. That's 3, and we've kind of reached the end, so this is going to be the last one. Difficult, there, and there. Then I will go back up here through a couple of stitches or threads like that, and I'm going to attach the arm to the body. So thinking that is a good position, it feels like that. I have the yarn here and I will attach it here. I'm gonna attach like 3 times here in the corner before I work my way over to the other side. I'm gonna pull this a bit. There we go, we have this one, and then we will get into here to take another one. And as for when I was closing this on the other side, that's important, of course, that this closing part is on the inside. And I don't need to have too many stitches here either. So I think 4 is enough. If it's too many, it will be coming way too far over there. And I do not want it to be way over there. So I think that's enough over. And then I will do another 3 times here. 2 and 3 stitches. And then I will just go back and forth here, or just kind of weaving it in a little. And maybe go under here. And then take it inside and let it pull out here. I could do this more times, but it's not necessary, I think. And there we go. That's one arm, and then I will do the other arm exactly the same way, and then we'll be done. I'll show you when it's attached. Okay, so now it is done. The arms are attached, and I'm about to start the hair. I want bangs on her because Annika from Pippi's friend, she has bangs, and she has long straight hair. Well, not very long, just to here. So I'm gonna try to do that. When I did this the last time, I made a mistake, and the hair actually turned out like standing just out or up. So I'm gonna try something new. I haven't tried it before, but I think it will work. I'm now going to use a 2.5 hook size because I am going to work in these stitches, and I will go in here. Well, let me see, I'm starting over there, go in from the up and going down here. I've made some of these. It doesn't matter how long they are, but this length is kind of like 15 centimeters, like 5 inches maybe. I find that to be a good size to work with, even though I of course have to cut it off in the end a lot. But what I do is go from the top to the bottom and attach this like that, kind of hook it on and pull it through. Pull it through that hole like that. Then I open this. I leave it like this. I take the next one, preparing it. But then before I do anything with that, I go through the next hole above the first strand, and I go inside that loop, and then I hook this on and pull that one through the loop and through the stitch. Let me see if I made it. Yes, I did. And now I can fasten off the first one like that. So now this one is tight and this one is loose. And I will do it once more, so I have 3 stories, kind of. Maybe I should do 4. I think 3 is enough. So I'm going inside here. Oh, maybe it's there. Up there and through this hoop or loop, taking another strand from the middle, more or less the middle, taking it through the loop and through the stitch It's a bit difficult for me to see when I'm on the camera. I'm gonna do that again. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. I do not like when I get the fuzz, but that's just part of the territory. So there we go, through the hoop. There we go there, and I got it, but it keeps slipping on me. This is a lot of work, but I like the outcome. I think it's worth it, worth the effort. Then I tighten this one. And now, since I'm not sure, I don't think I want to make another one. I think it's enough for the bang that they have kind of 3 stories. What I could do now is that I could just do yarn over and pull it through and then tighten it. But I think that I want to use this for when I'm going around here. And then I've done this here, and I'm going to do the same thing here and there and there and there many times up here. Just the same as I did here, 3 times. But I will do that later, because now I will concentrate on the longer here. So I have this up here, and I will start on the top. So now I will go sideways instead of going up. Let me see where I am. No, normally I go this way. Okay, then I cannot do that. Well, I think actually I'm just gonna take this off. This is what I have. I'm gonna tie this over like, oops. Oh no, that was not good at all. Well, it's just one little thread of that strand, so it's a bit thinner, but it doesn't matter. Like, at least I got 2 for the bang, and then this can be for yeah, whatever, the hair that goes back. And then actually I can continue this. I don't have many of these yet, but I have some. So, well, this is what I'm going to continue doing. So I could go here, or I could skip one. I think I'm going to make it as tight as I can, almost. Maybe I could even go tighter, but there. And then the next one will be there, through the hoop. And let's see if we have another one. There we have one. Getting it through the hoop and to the stitch. And then we can tighten the first one. That's not it. This one is. Okay, so this is the second one. First one like that. And now I need another one for the last part. That goes here, through the hoop. I don't know if I have more left. Yes, I do. Take this one, go through and go through. Oh my goodness. Ash. Don't. Take it again. Let's do it again. Through the. Open the hoop a bit more. Oof. And there's the yarn. Pulling it through there and through the hoop. The stitch. This is just terrible. There's a hoop, and now all of that fuzz is kind of disturbing me. Don't like it. Okay, through the hoop. Attach the yarn. Pulling it through. There we go. Putting this to the side so that these, wherever they are, can be pulled. Where are they? Here, there, there, there. Where are they? Where are these? Oh, there they are. This one and that one, yeah. And now for the third, I will just be pulling these through this loop and connect it like that, putting them behind like that. So this is gonna be the bangs. I am not gonna show you on the camera more because it's such a tedious work and I need my view to be better than having the camera in between me and the project. So you just have to find another tutorial if you want to really see how you do this. But this is the doll. So I think I'm gonna stop there. Maybe when it's done, I'll show you how it is done. Now I've done the hair. I should have maybe showed you how I do it this way, because when I do it on the back, it's easy. You can make the chain of these. What I did, just 3 in the front up here, I can do all the way here. So it's easier on the back to do a lot of strands in that chain. Now I have this here. I'm gonna cut it a little bit so it's looking better. I could have filled in more here, but I'm gonna leave it as is. And let's see, this is the back, or is it the front? This is actually part of the front, I think. Or, well, no, I'm gonna take it as it is, the back. Here's the bangs. These are going to be the bangs. So I'm definitely going to cut them off. So I'll just take them like this and I'll just cut here, and I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Let me go a little bit down there and kind of a little bit up again there. Well, not bad. Not bad at all. Maybe I should cut that a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more here. Kind of look like Passionate Kelsey's bang. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So here we have Annika, but her hair in the back is too long for her as well. It should be like, well, a bit longer than this one. It should be to here. So I'm gonna do the same in the back. I think I'm gonna make it in 2 parts. So sorry about all the noise. Now it's a helicopter flying by. I'm gonna cut it here. Oh no, it's gonna be so short. Oh, it seems so short. But this is actually the size of the hair that she has. But I shouldn't pull it that much. But now it's done already, so well, I don't care. Let me just do this. Let's see. Well, this one is going as well. There we go. Oh, there we have Annika. Here I should have a little bit more. Here it's thicker than here, but I'm gonna leave it like that. So that was the tutorial, the kind of crazy tutorial for how to make a doll, how I make it. I'm not counting as much as you should do, I guess. I am making it more dynamically, I don't know, organically. So I hope you liked it. I hope you maybe can make your own dolls and not be so rule oriented that you have to count 3 and everything is going to be just perfect. It turns out fine if it's not perfect also. Here is Annika. She's done, and I also made her clothes. This was from the picture. I'm gonna insert the picture here so you can see that this is her clothes, but the pants are more pink than these, but I really like this color. It's kind of a pinkish purple. So I went for these. And Tommy, he's on his way, but he is missing his, or he hasn't got arms yet, and then he needs some clothes. He's gonna have a blue shirt and I think gray pants. So I'm gonna bring him home while Annika will stay here with Pippi and the animals. So good luck on your doll, and I hope to see you back in another video. Bye bye!